Okay, let's go weiter. So the next part is we're going to talk about Shulchan. We'll be talking about the Aron. Shulchan is purely about bread. What's on the Shulchan? Showbread. This is the showbread, shewbread, S-H-E-W, whatever, right? It's the showbread. It stays fresh all week, then they replace it for the next Shabbos, and when it was fresh, you could still eat it, right? The bread. That's one of the miracles of the first Beit HaMikdash, that the bread stayed fresh on the Shulchan. But the Shulchan, since it's bread related, bread is a sustenance thing, like mammon. By the way, mammon is coded in here. I didn't bring you the sheet. That's from last year or the year before. But this sheet is still pretty good. This sheet has an 8-letter code, 2 words in a code. And the code is Brit Habayit. Brit Habayit, what does that mean? Covenant of the home, the house, the bayit, the Beit HaMikdash, right? And its gematria is 1029, which happens to be 3. We'll see why 3 in a minute. Times 343. What's 343? 7 times 7 times 7. How many 7s are there?
3.
3. So that's probably the 3. 3, they're multiplied, not added. So 7 times 7 times 7 happens to be a couple of different things. One is by Yomer Elohim. Where do we see that? 9 times, not 10. It's 10 sayings, but 9 times in the beginning of Bereshit. But we also see it as equal to, which means by Yomer Elohim, but it's equal to Geshem. Isn't Geshem related to Gashmiut? That's where the root of Gashmiut is. Materialism, it's not badness. We need rain for sustenance. The whole Shulchan is about sustenance. They say, and I don't remember which direction anymore, but that you look one way of the Aron, that Aron, in a Midrash, or if you're in your shul, you look to the right or left, I don't know what, Rich, but look to one way, it's because you want a good year economically. That's important to you. But if you look the other way and you concentrate, you're concentrating on your spirituality. Some people care more about the spirituality, and some people care more about the physicality. Sometimes you care about both, and sometimes you care about one or the other, and it could change from week to week. So that's what they say to do. 1 second. Okay. I knew you were going to get me that in a second. And probably it's pretty good, I would assume. It's really good? Okay, tell us. What is it equal to?
The count on Brit Habayit is 36.
36. That's
our
Nistarim. Right, Tzadikim. Right. Very good. That's very, very good. 36. I didn't remember that. I'm sure I found it yesterday.
Yeah, you didn't have it down here, so
I don't have it down here. I don't have Tzadikim either. I probably should look that up. At any rate, so that's the Shulchan. It is related to house, but it's a physical thing, not spiritual. The Menorah is a spiritual. Let's get to that. What time do I have now, Rose?
11.
11. I got to get hopping. I got a few things to do. All right. So one page real quick on one page. By the way, there's also got to be a 36 relationship here also, because this is where I have tzedek. So there must be a 36 skip here too. See if there's a skip here of 36 on the page I'm doing now. Menorah aura. Aura is like an aura around people, they say there is. There's an aura around the menorah. It's a light. But it's a practical light because the Aron is the total spiritual light of the Torah, and the menorah takes from that to make the Fatma and stuff like that.
Where's the Aleph in Aura? I don't see it here.
Aleph in what?
Aura.
The Aleph. There's no Aleph in Aura. The word is Hila.
Thank you.
I was just going to say that.
Okay, fine.
You're ahead of me.
Sorry.
Right, that's okay. Right. There probably is the word aura also.
It's not Aura in Hebrew. It's A-U-R-A.
Okay, A-U-R-A, right.
No,
right. All right, which I have on the top. But that's English. At any rate, Hila. It sounds like halo. It probably is similar to halo, I'm sure. The angels had a halo, whatever. This is Hila in Hebrew, and it's here twice. One of them I'll bet you is a 36 skip because I wrote not 36, maybe 36 tzadikim, because I wrote tzedek on the top. There is, that's a 36 skip also. I didn't remember on the page before. Tzedek, not that tzedek is related to 36, but the tzadikim are the 36 tzadikim, right. So that's the aura with the menorah. Now the next page, just on one foot. I was going to give this as the main part of this year. I called this the Vatican and the Temple vessels.
Yeah.
I'll just read a little for you. I don't have time to really do this justice. You get to take it home. There's 8 pages for you here, so please read it at your leisure. There's a picture of their chains on the menorah, because is the menorah kind of stuck? Let's see. So, is there any substance in the claim that the church has in its possession vessels from the Holy Temple? It's reprinted with permission from Avi magazine, which I never heard of, but that's a magazine. Rabbi Yochanan Stenzel of Yerushalayim never imagined that his Talmud learning would lead him to explore the age-old mystery surrounding the disappearance of the vessels of the Beit HaMikdash, of the Holy Temple. Are they really hidden in the catacombs of the Vatican in Rome? So you can go on and read. I was going to read you a lot of this, but I'm not going to. He basically believes that it is hidden there, and he's got reason to back it up. But there are other. I'm sorry? What?
We'll discuss it afterwards.
Okay.
But this isn't accurate.
Okay, well, whatever. This is years ago, but he says he thinks it is, but there's others that say it's not. But it doesn't matter whatever anybody thinks it's accurate. I intend to show you that the Torah says it is. I don't care what the sheet says. The Torah says it is. Here's the codes. So let's look at the code sheet.
I've also heard testimony that
yes, I have too. But regardless of the testimony, people have said they've seen these stuff. Yeah. They've also seen manuscripts. They won't pass it on to us. The stupid story, now, one part of it's great stencil, and another part, which is another rabbi, he says, no, 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 because the nuncio, papal nuncio, you know, believe this guy, this Christian, he says, he's Italian, right? But he's a Christian Italian, right? He says, no, 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 if we had the menorah, we'd have said, great, 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 we would have given it back to you. Rose has an answer. Rose has an answer to this. Tell your answer from last night.
Oh, I said so many years have passed. If they had it, they'd be embarrassed
even
to
if
say
they
that.
waited a couple hundred years after Titus and the whole Ark of Titus, which you can see the picture that I was making for the flyer for this class. I didn't pass it out. I wasn't here yesterday. But at any rate, the Ark of Titus shows a menorah. It shows a bent. Now, the Babbage seem to think it's this way. I do too, for numerical reasons. But beyond that, whether it's this or whether it's the bent one, the Ark of Titus shows one with a curved menorah, and they're carrying it off with other temple vessels. So that's what they say happened. Many people have seen them or pictures of them in the Vatican, but yet they won't let them take out actual photographs for the Jewish people. Why are they so afraid of this stuff? It's like Rose just said. If even 100 years passed, well, there was no Christianity then, let's say 600 years passed since that thing, there's Christianity, the Holy Roman Church, as they call it. It's not holy, right? It is Roman. At any rate, it's junk, right? So at any rate, so they have that, and they say, oh, here it is. Here, Jewish people, here's your menorah. Back they probably wouldn't have anyway there, because we weren't any autonomous state or anything. Here's your menorah. What would that be? The world would then say, why did you keep that so long, even 600 years from the poor Jews? Of course they're not going to give it back to us. And the Pope wants to keep his power. We're not going to get all politics. But that's what would be. I got to finish.
We have destroyed their theology that the Jews would be wandering forever. Okay?
Correct.
They hate us.
Correct. Of course they hate us. We don't just have the Muslims as our enemies. They are too. Luckily, they're not chopping up our heads today, but you never know. At any rate, the Catholic Church has the menorah hidden away. Watch what's here in code. This is in our Parsha about the menorah and one line beyond it. So here's, first of all, the main word I want to show you. It's on page number 16, 1-6 on the bottom. Go to 1-6. First, past that, all that junk. That's like 8 pages of stuff there. We have to go way past that. It's page number 16. Couple more. All right. Anyway, so
it's 16 right there. Sheet.
Yeah, he's got it. All right. So let's go on. So the kuf on line number 35, but towards the end, there's a kuf. That is a kuf. Hakenim. These are the what do you call branches of menorah. The menorah in the Mishkan. Or also the Beit HaMikdash had a menorah. All right? There's a kuf, then a tav, not underlined, then a lamed, then a yud, then a tav. Without a vav, this spells katolit, which is how you say Catholic, like Catholic Church. This is the Catholic Church. By the way, what crosses katolit at the yud, it's crossed by the word keli. So that means Catholic has Kaylee. That's related to Catholic. They have them. I don't know about now. I didn't look up year here. But they certainly had them, and probably they still have them. They get lost as that thing. But you have the sheets if you want to read them. It's an interesting story. And like I say, that one first rabbi, he believes still that they are in beneath the Vatican. At any rate, there's more here besides Catholic and Kaylee. There's also the word, it's Mem, Nun, Zayin, Resh on the bottom. Menazer, I don't know how to pronounce it. It means cloistered. Cloister. Cloister comes from Catholicism. This is when monks are cloistered in a monastery. They live together. They're cloistered. They don't talk. They're a vow of silence, whatever it is. They're cloistered. We get the English word cloister from Catholics. That's their word, and that's the word in Hebrew is Menatzer, I don't know how to pronounce it. Minzar is monastery. Minzar is monastery. Oh, great. I didn't even know that. It's monastery itself. So that's what's here. And not only that, is there one more word? Yes. There is also the Nun, the Tav, the Vav, right, and the Tav. The Tav of Catholic crosses Nun, Tav, Vav. What's the other letter? Rose, you helped me with this yesterday. Now I don't see it. Oh, there's not the Tav of Vav. Sorry, it's the Tav of the dotted. It's Nun, Tav, Vav. There's another letter missing. Where's the other dotted part? Rose, help me. Anyway, it's Vatican.
Oh, right.
Vatican, without the Yud. Without the Yud of Vatican. It's Vav. It's actually Vav, Vav. And
Vav.
Vav, Vav. We only have one of the Vav. Vav, Tav, what? Kuf. It's the Kuf of Catholic. I said the wrong letter. It's the Kuf of Catholic. Thank you, Rose. It's the Kuf of Catholic. It's Vav, really Vav, Tav, Kuf, Nun, not a final Nun. It's the Vatican. So the Vatican has cloistered, which means sequester, which means hidden. It has hidden the Kaylee of the. Isn't that amazing? The Kaylee of the temple. Crazy. And that's what's here. That's how I know it's true. Let me finish with this. It's a great sheet. I actually have two. I can't do the whole sheet. Let me just tell you this. We've talked about Christians. Let's talk about Yishmael. There's one pasuk, and it's also by Yankel, has the same pasuk, identical pasuk, nothing different whatsoever. And it's talking about the branches, the knobs, the cups, and all these pieces to the intricate menorah. And here is the code. We've seen it before. 3-word code, 12 letters, a skip of 5, like the 5 books of Moses. Chachma, it's backwards, right? Neshama, Chachma, Chachma. Soul, wisdom is here. Why would that be here? Well, let's go through the gematria. The 12-word code, I gotta say this, my friend. Neshama, Chachma, Chachma is gematria 541. Yisrael. That's the letters themselves of the code. But the parts in between of this 12-letter code, and by the way, it's 12-letter code. How many tribes in Israel? 12, right? Everybody agree? Right? All right. In between, there are things we're skipping, like kanim, right, or whatever. So the 12-letter code has words in between, parts in between. That adds up to 5412. What did I just say? I said 541. The first part of the number is 541 again too, but it's got a 2 at the end. It's 5,412. What's it factor as? 12. Why 12? Because Yishmael has how many tribes also? 12. And times 451. 451 is Yishmael. So the stuff that's skipped is Yishmael, and the stuff that's bolded is Yisrael. So I say underneath here, I put this on a what do you call it? A stop, train stop, a bus stop. I put it up. I printed it, remember? And I don't know if anybody liked it or not, but I put it up there. Then it was gone months later, but I did put it up. At any rate, 1 copy, and I handed it out around. Did I hand it out to this hotel? I don't know if I did or not. Anyway, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. It's Yisrael has wisdom, but it's Yishmael, sorry. Yishmael has wisdom, but his